Why do we love to be scared? Horror games have always fascinated me. Not just because they're terrifying, but because they tap into something deeper, something psychological. So today we're gonna talk about that. How horror games mess with our minds and why we keep coming back for more. Let's dive in. Let me start with a little story. My first real horror game experience was playing the original Resident Evil on PC in the attic of my nephew's house. We were up there, late at night, lights off, just the glow of the monitor lighting up the room. We were scared out of our minds, taking turns every minute because neither of us could handle playing for too long. At one point, my nephew actually pointed his BB rifle at the screen, thinking it might help us survive the zombie apocalypse we were facing. But then came that moment, the dogs jumping through the window. We both jumped out of our chairs, and that was it. We didn't touch the game again for the rest of the night. Looking back, it's funny how that one moment stuck with me. The atmosphere and the way the game got under our skin. And that's what great horror does. It leaves a mark.
Wesker, chill.
So why do we love to be scared? Why do we willingly put ourselves through these terrifying experiences? A big part of it has to do with psychology. Fear is one of the most primal emotions, designed to keep us safe. But in the context of a game, where the danger isn't real, it becomes something we can explore safely. It's like a roller coaster for the mind. Take Silent Hill 2 for example. This game isn't just about monsters and jump scares. It's a psychological horror that delves into the human psyche, exploring themes of guilt, loss, and redemption. The fog-covered town isn't just a spooky setting, it's a manifestation of the protagonist's inner struggles. Playing it feels like stepping into someone's nightmare, and that's what makes it so unforgettable. Then there's Dead Space. What really sets this game apart is its use of sound, or sometimes the lack of it. The Ishimura is a floating death trap where every creak, whisper and distant scream put you on edge. The game plays with your senses, making you feel like something is lurking just out of sight, even when there's nothing there. It's a masterclass in how audio can be used to create an atmosphere of dread. And let's not forget Amnesia, The Dark Descent, or Outlast, the original one.
Little pig.
This game strips away your ability to fight back, leaving you completely vulnerable. You're not a hero with a gun, you're just trying to survive. Hiding in the shadows, hoping the monsters don't find you.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That feeling of helplessness, of being hunted, taps into some of our deepest fears. It's a game that doesn't just scare you, it makes you question your own sanity. Now, while horror can be a deeply personal experience, it's also something that can bring people together. For me, playing horror games with friends has always been a blast, whether it's online or in person. Lately, I've been diving into some terrifying multiplayer experiences with my buddy Hammerfuzzz. We've had some pretty wild sessions online, playing games like Outlast Trials and Pilgrim.
Oh mijn god,
Wat is er?
zie je dat niet?
Nee?
Kijk eens achter je! Kijk eens achter je!
Gassen! The mix of terror and laughter when playing with friends is something special.
Fuck, dit is shit, ik ga er vandoor, doei.
But it's not just online where the scares happen. My buddy R and I have the tradition of playing horror games together on the couch. I do most of the playing, while he enjoys the show from a safe distance, laughing and getting spooked as the game unfolds. Despite the fact that he rarely touches the controller, those sessions are some of the most fun I've had in gaming. There's something about sharing those intense moments that makes the fear more bearable, or maybe even more fun. There's nothing quite like the shared experience of getting scared together. Whether it's screaming into our headsets when something jumps out of us, or cracking jokes to ease the tension. It makes the experience even more memorable. But horror isn't just about multiplayer mayhem. Some of my most intense gaming experience have been playing solo. Games like Amnesia, The Bunker, The Mortuary Assistant and Lost in Vivo have left me absolutely shaken, and I loved every minute of it. playing solo is a different kind of fear. It's just you, the game, and whatever horrors are waiting around the corner. There's no one to share the terror with. No one to laugh with when things get too intense. It's just you, facing the unknown. But it's not just games. Horror films have had a massive influence on the way we experience fear in games. I remember watching the original It movie as a kid, and man, that was an experience. I was on a holiday with my parents, and we were watching it on this old TV. I spent most of the movie with my hands over my eyes, asking my dad what was happening because I was too scared to look. That feeling of dread, of not wanting to watch but also not being able to look away, is something that horror games have really tapped into. Games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill draw heavily from horror cinema, using the same techniques to build tension and atmosphere. But what makes games different is that you're not just watching, you're participating. You're the one walking down that dark hallway, opening that door, or running from that monster. It's a whole different level of immersion. And it's that immersion that makes horror games so powerful. They don't just scare you, they put you in the middle of the fear, making it personal. So why do we keep coming back? What is it about being scared that we actually enjoy? For me, it's partly about the thrill, the rush of adrenaline you get when you're facing something terrifying, knowing it's not real, but still feeling that sense of danger. It's like a safe way to confront your fears and test your limits, but it's also about the stories these games tell. Horror games often explore dark, complex themes that other genres shy away from. They force us to confront our fears, not just the fear of the monster under the bed, but the fear of the unknown, of loss, of our inner demons. These games resonate with us because they tap into fears that are deeply human. And then there's this sense of accomplishment. When you make it through a horror game, when you face your fears and come out on the other side, there's a real sense of achievement. You didn't just watch a scary movie, you lived through it. And that's something special. So that's why we love to be scared. It's about the thrill, the immersion, and the stories that stay with us long after we put the controller down. What about you? What was your first scary experience in a game? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this dive into the psychology of gaming, please leave a like or subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe and keep that flashlight close.